and gentlemen, to Therapeutic Yoga. Today's class, we are going to do a lot in standing. So have yourself so that you've got your yoga mat set up, and also have it so that you have a chair at the end of your yoga mat. It can either be on your yoga mat. If you are a little bit taller, you might want it partially off of your yoga mat. Once you have that, the only other thing you will need for class today will be a yoga block when we get down to our mat. All right, so we're going to be doing a walking meditation in our class today. So I thought it would be important to really define what meditation is for you, because a lot of us are very mindless or mindful. But meditation really is an exercise. And specifically what it is paying attention on purpose in the present moment in a non-judgmental way. So we're going to be doing the exercise of meditation, basically a bicep curl for our brain while we're walking today. Now, that is really good for certain individuals that have a lot of difficulty getting out of their brain, meaning they are constantly going through thoughts of the past or the future rather than right now. So I want to introduce you to a really easy and simple way to do walking meditation on your mat today. All right, so before we begin that, let's find ourselves in standing on our mat and come to somewhere near the back of your mat. Now, one other thing about class today, if you know that you struggle a little bit with your balance, either because of a weak hip, a back issue, or some sort of knee or ankle issue, it might behoove you to have a second chair near you. We will be doing some balance poses in standing that might challenge your balance more than you like. And if you only have a chair in front of you, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable with that. So I encourage you to maybe have that second chair to the side of you if you like. All right, so come to somewhere near the back of your mat and begin with your feet hip distance. Now, hip distance for most of us is about our 2 fist distances between our big toes. So if I take my fists between my big toe, that's about hip distance. Look at the outside of your feet relative to the outside of your mat, and line up the outside of your feet to the outside of your mat. When you do that, it may feel like your legs are turning inward. That's natural. That's what you actually want to feel. Once you're there, allow yourself to pick your toes up for a minute and spread your toes out like you would your hands, and then slowly bring your toes back down onto your mat. Now we're going to do some oscillations of our body to get a really good alignment through our body today. So what I want us to begin with is our base of support, our feet, and kind of work our way up the body. So starting at your feet, begin with rocking your body weight side to side from left foot to right foot. And then if you can imagine that there's a weight scale underneath each of your feet, rock until your weight kind of goes into a smaller oscillation, and then until you get to the point that it feels like your feet have equal weight underneath them. Then, without curling your toes, keeping your toes nice and flat on the floor, gently begin that same type of oscillation to the front of your feet, and then to the back of your heel. To the front of your feet, and then to the back of your heel. And then as you're moving forward and backward, slowly start to lessen that oscillation until where you end up is in the center of the arch of your feet. Now, for some of us, if we have postural dysfunction, you may immediately feel like you're leaning forward when you find the center of your foot. Stay there. Practice it today so that you can kind of teach your brain a new normal for your posture. Now let's kind of move our way up to our knees and take a moment here to tighten your knees, almost hyperextend your knees so you feel what it feels like to have quadriceps contracted, and then relax your legs in what's called a soft knee bend. Now when you're in a soft knee bend, your lower legs should run fairly perpendicular to the floor. Check in that the weight didn't fall back into your heels and you still feel the weight into the center of your feet. Bring your hands up to your pelvis. Holding your pelvis, allow yourself, without moving your knees, to tuck your tailbone under and tilt your tailbone upward. As you do that rotation backward and forward and backward and forward, can you find what the middle of the road is for you between the backward and the forward? Check in that you didn't lock out your knees. Check in once again that your weight is still through the center of your feet. Now, we need to take this rib cage and stack it directly over these perpendicular legs. So here's the easiest way to do that. Please take your right hand and lay it on your sternum, and then take your left hand and lay it on your belly. Now, in efficient posture, those hands should relatively line up one on top of the other. A lot of us tend to keep our rib cage behind our pelvis. So to correct that, let's take a nice deep inhale, lift the rib cage high, look at your feet. Then as you exhale, relax your belly. That should line up those hands. Now in that position with the hands lined up, check in, is your pelvis still in that neutral position? You didn't lock out your knees. You still feel the weight in equally in both feet, and the weight goes down through the center of your ankles. Now, take your left hand and gently place your left hand on top of your right hand. Begin to kind of lengthen your neck a little bit and gently tuck your chin inward a little tiny bit without your rib cage lifting or falling. See if you can lengthen your neck and settle your chin. Once you have that, gently allow your arms to kind of come downward. A lot of us, if our shoulder girdles are forward, meaning we have rounded shoulders, we're going to kind of have our arms in front of us right now, kind of like a little bit like an ape. So we want to kind of position our shoulder blades back in alignment with our rib cage. So let's do this one arm at a time. So just very gently shrug your right shoulder up. Then turn your arm all the way so that the thumb points to the back of the room. Don't let your shoulder blade, or don't let your chest lift. Then slowly let your shoulder blade fall back down onto your rib cage. And then just soften your arm. Left arm, gently shrug the shoulder up. Rotate the thumb all the way to the back of you, and then pull that shoulder blade down, and then just soften the arm. Now in this position, if you feel comfortable with your balance, your neck is long and your chin is gently settled, go back to feeling your weight in your feet. Check in that it's equal weight in your right leg and your left leg. Then allow yourself to make sure you haven't locked your knees. Allow yourself to make sure that your pelvis feels in a nice neutral position. Allow yourself to feel a slight contraction between your shoulder blades. Now just gently rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth, just so that the tip of your tongue touches the back of your top teeth. And if you're good with it, gently allow yourself to close your eyes. Now slowly feel yourself lightly pushing into the arches of your feet. Kind of like a plant beginning to root itself in soil. Just gently start to push your feet downward into the mat to engage your alignment into your mat. Holding yourself right here now, take a nice slow deep inhale into your belly. And then open your mouth, purse lip, exhale very slowly. Let's do 2 more breaths. Nice deep inhale into the nose. Opening the mouth and exhaling slowly. Keep rooting your feet down into the ground, feeling the muscles of your trunk and your legs engage. Inhaling Opening the mouth and exhaling. Then opening your eyes, relaxing and softening your arms, and taking your feet to the bottom left corner of your mat. Now, we're going to be focusing on putting one foot in front of the other for 4 steps. So if we all do this together, we won't get our legs crossed up. No dance classes today, no crisscrossing of our legs here. So let's try this all together. If your balance is a little compromised, allow yourself to gently gaze downward to where your chair is. In yoga, we call that a dristi, where you keep your eyes focused on one thing to allow yourself to keep a better balance. Now, gently transition all of the weight into your left foot. Slowly come up onto your right toes, and then very gently pick your right foot up and place it in front of your left foot, and then bring the weight into your right foot as you come up on the toes of your left foot. Good balance here, nice and shaky if you're working on it. Pick up your left foot, place it in front of your right foot, and weight shift into your left leg, keeping your gaze at your chair, lifting those right toes. Pick up your right foot, placing it in front of your left foot, and then lifting up your left foot one more time, and then gently placing your left foot beside your right foot. Take a half step to the center of your mat. Take another half step to the outside of your mat. Now start with your left leg, the inside leg. Take a step back onto the toes of your left foot. Then shift your weight back onto your left leg. Pick up your right leg. Toes come down behind the left foot, and shift your weight back onto your right leg. Pick up your left foot. Toes come behind your right foot, and shift your weight back. 4th step. Pick up your right foot, toes behind the left foot, and shift your weight back. Then take your left foot, step it beside your right foot, take a step to the center of your mat, and take a step again to the back left corner of your mat. So we're going to do this 2 more times. But now what I want you to do, now that you know what the little dance is of your mindfulness exercise, is I want you to see if you can do that paying attention and staying present without judgment, and also focus on your breathing. So try this with me. If your balance is a little bit more compromised, please do not hesitate to hold on to the chair. Feeling the weight in both feet. Take an inhale, pick up your right foot. Exhale, place your right foot down. Inhale, pick up your left foot. Exhale, place your left foot down. Inhale, pick up your right foot. Exhale, place your right foot down. And inhale, pick up your left foot. And exhale, place your left foot down. Inhale, pick up your right foot. Exhale, place it down beside your left foot. Inhale, pick up your right foot to the center of your mat. Inhale, pick up your left foot. Exhale to the center of your mat. Inhale, pick up your right foot to the outside of your mat. Inhale, pick up your left foot, placing it next to your right foot. Starting with your left leg. Inhale, pick your left leg up. Exhale, place it behind you and weight shift. Inhale, pick your right leg up. Exhale, place it behind you and weight shift. Inhale, pick your left leg up. Place it behind you and weight shift. And inhale, pick your right leg up. Place it behind you and weight shift. Inhale, left leg up. Place it beside the right foot. Inhale, left leg up, place it to the center of your mat. Inhale, right foot up, place it to the center of the mat on the exhale. Inhaling left foot, exhaling it to the bottom left corner of your mat. Inhaling right foot, exhaling it to the bottom left corner of your mat. One more round. If you want to do it on your own breath, and your own breath is a little bit faster than me, don't hesitate. If it's a little bit slower than me, don't hesitate. For those of you that like to hear me, do your steps with my breath. Starting with your right foot, inhale, lift it. And then exhale, place it down in front of the left. Left foot, inhale, lift it. Exhale, placing it down in front of the right. Right foot, inhale, lift. Exhale it, place it down in front of the left. And left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it down in front of the right. Right foot, inhale, lift it. Exhale it beside the left. Right foot, inhale, lift. Exhale to the center of your mat. Left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale next to right. Right foot, inhale, lift. Exhale to the right top edge of your mat. Left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it to right. Left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it behind your right foot. Right foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it behind the left foot. Left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it behind the right foot. Right foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it behind the left foot. And left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, place it beside the right foot. Left foot, inhale, lift. Exhale to center of the mat. Right foot, inhale, lift. Exhale to center of the mat. Left foot, inhale, lift. Back left corner of mat. And right foot, inhale, lift. Back right left corner of mat. There you go. So walking meditation for you. It's very easy to do it up and down your mat. Now, for most of us, 4 steps is a really nice place to work as you work up and down. Always moving the inside leg first. That's the easy way to remember it. If you have an extra long mat, I think you would have more than adequate room to do 6 steps. But most standard mats, 4 steps work really nicely. Okay, now find your way to the center of your mat so that you are just a hand distance away from your chair in case you need your chair for balance. From here, what I would like you to do is place your weight into your left foot. And take your right foot and step it back so that there is about 4 to 6 inches between your feet. Now check in with your alignment. Make sure that they're fist width apart, not so close that you're lining your feet up, but you want your feet about 6 inches apart. Once your feet are about 6 inches apart, can you look down and make sure that the outside of your feet line up again with the inside and the outside of your mat? So this is a stride stance. So we're going to begin with engaging and working through the right glutes here. So here's what I need you to do. Allow yourself to take your hands to the center of your heart. Take an inhale, lift the arms up, palms to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring those arms down to reset those shoulder blades, and then drop your arms beside your body. Very nice. Now in this position, bend the left knee so that the left shin bone is perfectly over the center of your left foot. Begin to lift up the toes on your right foot. Now in this position, what I want you to do is maintain that weight shift. With your right foot, try to push your right foot behind you as you lift your heel. you will feel your glutes engage. Now with your right arm, allow yourself to take an inhale and lift the arm up, and then exhale and drop the arm down. Keep pushing back into that right leg. Left arm, inhale it up, and exhale it back down. All right, if you have it in your balance, both arms, inhale them up and exhale them back down. Slowly shift your weight back into your right leg. Bring your left foot back and bring your right foot forward. Now, once again, check in with that alignment. Again, hip distance between both feet. Outside of the feet line up with the outside of the mat. Focusing on the left leg this time. So with the right leg, allow yourself to bend your right knee and then take your right knee over the arch of your right foot. In this position, start to come up onto the left heel, on the left toe. So lift the left heel. Make sure your heel doesn't fall inward, but stays outward. Now, try to push the left leg behind you. You'll feel your glutes engage. Holding this position, quads are happening here, glutes are happening here. Starting with the left arm. Take an inhale and lift the left arm up. And then as you exhale, drop it down. Keep pushing back with that left leg. Right arm, inhale, lifting. And exhaling, dropping it down. Both arms together if you have it. Inhaling and lifting. And exhaling and dropping down. Shift your weight back to the right foot. And then step your left foot and step your right foot back. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. Here's the challenge for you if you have it in you at home. We're gonna do the exact same exercise, engaging quadriceps and glutes, improving our ability to walk, but if you feel comfortable with it, attempt to close your eyes. If you do not feel comfortable with it, stay right with you where you are, use the chair if you need to. Very good. Let's begin. So left leg, step the left leg forward one step so that again, they're hip distance apart and about a foot, about 4 to 6 inches between them. In this position, take the left knee, bend the left knee, weight shift up and over so that the left knee is over the arch, right heel is up, keep your right heel out. Don't let it fall inward. That's just a tight hip when that happens. All right. Start to push the right leg behind you. Feel the muscles engage in the legs. Gaze forward. If you feel ready, attempt to close your eyes. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, drop the right arm. My legs are shaking. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, drop the left arm. Use your chair if you need to, guys. And inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, drop both arms, open your eyes, weight shift your weight back and step back with your left leg. How'd you do? Your legs were hopefully shaking, but hopefully you didn't go anywhere other than stay standing on your mat. Okay, let's try the opposite leg before we move on. So, right foot is forward, left leg is back, 4 to 6 inches between, both in width and in length. Heels are out on both so that the outside of my feet are lining up. Bend my right knee, weight shift my body up and over this right foot to the center of the arch of my foot. Left heel is lifted, but left heel is out. Now, begin to push the left leg away. You'll feel the glutes, you'll feel the quads. Gaze forward. If you have it in your practice today, stay gazing forward and then close your eyes. Starting with the left arm. Inhale, lift the arm up, and then as you exhale, drop it down. Right arm, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, dropping down. And both arms, inhaling, lifting. Push that left leg back. Exhale, dropping down. Open your eyes and weight shift your weight back. All right, glutes are done in that position. Now let's move on to practicing a modification of a downward dog. So here's what I want you to do. Place your hands on your chair. This will be different for every single person depending on their height. What I want you to do is to walk your legs away, feeling a stretch through your shoulders, getting your back nice and straight, and only straightening your knees if you know your hamstrings are not really, really short. If you know that you've got a lot of tension and tightness in your hamstrings and your sciatic nerve, then just allow yourself to keep your knees bent. In this position, slowly allowing yourself to push away from the chair. Once you push away from the chair, drop your gaze down so that it's between both of your arms. All right, let's see if we can get our hamstrings involved here. So with your tailbone, gently lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Feel the back of the legs starting to stretch there. If you have it in you, maybe a little bit of a knee straightening. Holding this modified downward dog, take a nice deep inhale into your belly and exhale out. And inhaling in and exhaling out. Slowly coming back up and walking your feet again back towards your chair. So we've done downward dog modified with our chair. Now we're going to do it with each individual leg. So let's think about this for a second. Hold your chair, take your left leg and place your left leg about a foot away from your chair. You've got it. Take your right leg and bring your right leg back about 2 to 3 feet from your left leg. Chair's there for balance. Maybe there's another chair right here for balance if you need it. Now, check in that your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Can you look back at your right leg and let your right heel turn outward? Very nice. Holding this position, take an inhale, and then on the exhale, start to straighten the left leg as you lean to your chair. You will feel your hamstring. Don't let your back arch. So just gently hinging over, straightening the left knee, feeling that hamstring. Gazing down, keeping the weight through your arms. Nice deep inhale here. And exhale. One more time, nice deep inhale. And exhale. Gently bending the left knee and stepping the right leg forward. Left leg back, 2 to 3 feet. Right knee, stack it directly on top of the right ankle. Left heel, turn the left heel out so that you're getting that good alignment through that left leg. Holding on to your chair. Taking a nice deep inhale here, and on the exhale, hinging your hips and just gently straightening your knee, feeling a little bit of a stretch to the back of that leg. Not forcing the knee straight, but just a gentle stretch. Deep inhale into the belly, and exhaling out. And deep inhale into the belly, and exhaling out. Slowly bending the right knee and stepping the left leg forward. All right, we're gonna do one more thing in standing for our gluteal muscles now that we've done a bit of a stretching of our hamstrings. It is a balance challenge. So I encourage you all to make sure that you are firmly holding onto a chair. Here is what I want you to do. Walk yourself out. Not so far out that your arms are in full extension, but walk yourself out enough that you feel that you can hold onto the chair, but you don't feel any tension in your shoulders or your side body. In that position, shift your weight to your left leg. Take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, tighten your abdominals, gaze down to the mat. Now with your right foot, inhale, lift your right leg behind you. Lengthen your heel away from you. Hold on as much as you need to. Pushing into the left foot, lengthening the right foot. Maintain your balance here. Make sure your pelvis hasn't lifted up. Take a nice deep inhale and an exhale. One more breath. Deep inhale. Your left glute should feel this. And exhale and slowly drop your right leg down and gently bring yourself up. Okay, let's do it on the opposite side. Shift your weight back, hip hinge, get that nice straight back, but not have tension in your shoulders. Shift your weight to your right foot. So now we're going to be working the right stabilizers as we work the glutes on the left leg. Maintain yourself right there, gaze downward, hold onto the chair. Take an inhale and lift that left leg straight. Don't arch your back, don't tilt your pelvis, just lift to where you can keep your pelvis straight and your abdominals engaged. Now, holding here, deep inhale and exhale. One more breath, deep inhale and exhale. Gently drop the left leg down and slowly bring yourself up. Okay, now, here's all you need to do. Grab your chair, have a seat in your chair, and then join me. Now, in this position, we're going to continue with doing a little bit of hip opening before we make our way down to our mat. So let's start with a little bit of our hip rotators here. So find your way a little bit out to the edge of the chair so that half of your leg bone is on the chair, half of the leg bone is off the chair. In this position, take your right ankle and cross it over your left leg. Now, for some of us, we already feel tension in our right hip, and that's okay. But for most of us right now, what happens when we cross a leg is we shift all of our weight over to that side. So what we want to do is we want to lift that rib cage up and get it nice and straight. So take an inhale and lift your rib cage up and literally imagine yourself shifting your rib cage up and over your left leg. Even push down into your left leg. So stay nice and tall. Right hand on the inside of the right knee. Left hand, hold the ankle if you need to. Shoulder blades, relax them down. Now take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, give a little bit of a push into that right knee. But don't let yourself shift to the right side. Now, hold and gently take a deep inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. Let's do 2 more breaths. Deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. 1 more breath. Deep inhale in. And exhale out. Beautiful. Release the right knee. Uncross the leg. Place the right foot on the floor. Take the left ankle and place it on top of the right knee. Now check in that your right leg doesn't kind of turn inward, but keep that nice alignment of your hip and your knee and your ankle so that the knee is directly underneath your ankle. Same idea here. It is natural for us to side bend our lumbar spine and let our rib cage kind of fall down and over as we've kind of fallen off of this leg. So I intentionally want you to take an inhale and sit nice and tall and push into this weight-bearing right leg. Left hand onto the inside of the knee, right hand to the ankle on the left side. Keep that tall spine. You will feel it in the outside of the hip exactly where we need it. Now take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, shoulder blades down and relax. Just gently push that knee a bit more. Now find some peace here and take a deep inhale into your belly. And an exhaling out. Let's do 2 more, just like we did on the right side. Inhale in. And exhale out. And inhaling in. And exhaling out. Slowly releasing the leg and dropping the leg down to the mat. Now, Turning yourself on your chair so that your left sit bone is on the chair, your right sit bone is off the edge of the chair. Have yourself so that your weight is in your left leg. So take your rib cage and come up and over your left leg. You can even hold on with your hands if you need to. Now let's focus on this right leg. Slowly slide the right leg behind you as much as you feel comfortable. Now, can you get into the position that the left knee is directly over the center of the left ankle? Can you get your whole rib cage up and over this left leg? Can you straighten your right leg and push your heel away from you as you open up through your hip flexors? And even now, can you squeeze that right glute? Holding here, take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. 2 more breaths. Deep inhale in, really push that leg away from you. Exhale out and inhaling in and exhaling out. Slowly bend the right knee, let the leg come back, and then just do a 180 as you turn yourself, getting the right sit bone on your chair, the left sit bone completely off the chair. Bring your weight forward onto your right leg. So have your right knee directly underneath the arch of your right leg. Take your entire body now and hinge it up and over that right leg. Now with your left leg, start to slide that left leg back as far as you can. Make sure that your rib cage and your body weight stay up and over this right leg. Finally, take a nice tight squeeze of the glutes. Push the heel away from you and hold. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly. Shoulder blades are relaxed and down, and then exhaling out. 2 more breaths for me. Nice deep inhaling in and exhaling out. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Gently relaxing the left knee in, allowing yourself to turn back to the front of our chair, doing just a little bit of side opening here. We're going to do it laying on our mat. It's just such a great position to do so that people learn the habit of doing a little bit of side opening or trunk opening often when they're sitting. So here's what we're going to do today. Instead of doing these beautiful arms up and over our head, what I want you to do with your arms today is just hold your arms so that one elbow is held by the hand and the other elbow is held by the hand. You've got to make sure your feet are directly underneath your knees so that you feel nice and supported on your chair, but you're not falling and leaning back into your chair. Now, in this position, inhale your arms up and over your head, as comfortable of a position as you can. It might be that it's right here. As high as you can go, take a deep inhale, and then on the exhale, drop the left elbow down. You will feel that stretch. Take an inhale into the right side of your rib cage, and then as you exhale, maybe drop down a little bit more. One more time. Can you get the stretch right to your back? Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, drop that elbow a little bit more. Inhaling, lifting back up. Exhaling, dropping the arms for a second so that we don't make our shoulders really angry. Now, switch your arms. Did you think about the fact that you could? Yeah. So just switch now so that whatever arm was on top before is now underneath, and whatever arm was underneath is now on top. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then as you exhale, drop the right elbow down. Feel the stretch immediately in the shoulder area. Take another deep inhale into the rib cage. And then as you exhale, can you get it further down, maybe all the way to your back? One more breath. Nice deep inhale in. And as you exhale, really side bend in that sitting position. Holding there, inhaling, lifting up, and then exhaling, relaxing those arms down. All right. Couple of shoulder circles for me. Very nice. Now, what we're going to do is make our way down to our mat from a seated position, but allow your chair to be close to the end of your mat so that we can kind of put our legs up on the chair at the end of class. So just gently bring yourself down onto your mat, nice and easy. Just move your chair right to the very edge of your mat so that it's going to be available for you at the end of class. Before you lay down on your back, make sure you've got a block somewhere near you. Then allow yourself to lay down through your side all the way onto your back. Once you make your way onto your back, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little bit of opening for that low back area that we just about got to in sitting that a lot of us have a lot of problem with. So in this position, that's going to be our focus before we end class today. But let's start with our right knee to our chest. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, pull your right knee into your chest. Now with your left leg, just gently slide it down the mat. If your chair's in your way, just give it a gentle kick out of the way. With the right leg, take a nice deep inhale in, and as you exhale, pull that knee nice and deep into your chest. Now, left leg is going to work the glutes. Right leg is going to open and stretch through the glutes. So let's see if we can do this. Can you lengthen your neck and settle your chin? Very good. Shoulder blades, can you make sure that they're back and down? All right. With the left leg, take an inhale and push the left leg down. And with the exhale, pull the right knee into your chest. 2 more times. Inhale, push the left leg down. And then exhale, pull that right knee into your chest. And 1 more time. Inhale, push that left leg down. And exhale, pull that right knee into your chest. Excellent. Left leg. Take an inhale, slide it up. And on the exhale, relax the right foot to the floor. All right, let's repeat that all over on the other side. So take an inhale as you bring your left knee to your chest, and as you exhale, pull your knee into your chest. Right leg, just slide it down for me. Make sure it's nice and straight on the mat. 1 more time to get this knee nice and secured. Inhale in, and then as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. All right, so we're pushing and engaging the glutes on the right side on the inhale, and on the exhale, we're lengthening through the glutes and the hamstring on the left side. So let's give that a go. Inhale, push the right leg down. Exhale, pull the left knee in. 2 more times. Inhale, push the right leg down. And exhale, pull the left knee in. Finally, inhale, push that right leg down. And exhale, pull that left knee in. Beautiful. Right leg. Inhale, slide it up. And then on the exhale, relax the left foot to the floor. Excellent. Now, take a moment here to walk your feet together. We're just going to do a little bit of trunk rotation before we get a little bit more into our hips. So in this position with your feet together, allow yourself to walk your feet a little bit to the left side of your mat. Take a deep inhale, and then on your exhale, just let your knees fall to the right side. Now, I want you to take a moment here to feel, where do you feel this stretch on the left side? Is it your rib cage? Is it your low back? Is it your hip? Is it your inner thigh? Just take a moment to feel, where do I feel that stretch? Because we're going to check in with this at the end of class. Then as you inhale, bring your knees back up, and then take an exhale and a breath maybe to move your feet to the right edge of the mat. Now take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Now, where do you feel this stretch? Is it your rib cage? Is it your back? Is it your hip area? Is it your inner thigh? Where are you aware of feeling that stretch to the right side of your body right now? Then inhale the legs back up and walk your feet back to the center of your mat. Find your block for me. We're about to do a nice good hip stretch here. We'll start with our right side. So take your right ankle over your left knee, put the block in your right hand, left hand, palm down, literally sit on your hand. So place the hand underneath your bottom and put enough weight into your hand that you actually feel that your knees fall a little tiny bit to your left. That's going to secure that your pelvis and your low back stay stable. Take the block now against the right knee. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then on the exhale, gently start to push the block and the right knee away. Now, engage through the left hand and your pelvis. Don't let your pelvis unload your left hand. Take a deep inhale into your belly here. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin, and then as you exhale, just see if you've got a bit more wiggle room for that right hip. Let's do 2 more breaths. Nice deep inhaling in, and then exhaling out. And 1 more breath, inhaling in, and exhaling out. Slowly releasing the block away from the knee, taking the left hand from underneath you and then uncrossing the legs. Feet are still together in the center of the mat. Taking the left ankle now over the right knee, block in the left hand. Take that right hand and fully sit on it. So feel yourself engage the pelvis into the mat so that your spine stays nice and stable. Block comes against the left knee. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then on the exhale, push that left knee away. Feel that stretch in the outside of the left hip. Holding the weight into the right hand, keeping the pelvis stable. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, do you have a little bit more push of that knee outward? Maybe, maybe not. Maintaining the opening of that left hip. 2 nice deep diaphragmatic breaths. So take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Gently releasing the block away from the knee and the hand from underneath you, and then uncrossing the legs. All right. So we're going to try to really tackle through the side of this body and the arms here. So we're going to do the right side of our body first. So here's what I want you to do. Walk your feet to the the left edge of your mat. With your feet to the left edge of your mat, take your right leg and slide your right leg all the way down to the left corner of your mat. Then take your left leg and cross it up and over your right leg. Now, with your left hand, allow yourself to kind of side bend and reach towards those feet. So you're kind of looking like your body is in a side bend to the left from the top. I like to call this the happy face pose. Then with your right arm, reach your right arm up and over. Take that left arm and grab that right wrist. Now, surely to goodness, you're feeling that opening through your low back now. In this position, check in that your pelvis has not rotated to the right. So your left pelvis, push it down to keep that level positioning. Rib cage, settle it down. Take a deep inhale, reach up with the arm, and as you exhale, maybe you can even reach over a little bit more. Now really focus on the stretch in that abdominal area and that low back. Can you take a deep inhale into your right low back area? And then exhale out. One more deep inhale into that right low back area. And then exhale out. Slowly inhale your fingertips up to the ceiling, and then just exhale your arms down. Now, left leg first, lift it up, followed by the right leg up. Now just begin to kind of walk the feet to the right edge of the mat. Once your feet are at the right edge of the mat, take your left leg and slide it down to the left corner or the top right corner of your mat. Once your leg is there, take the right leg, the one that is still bent, and place it up and over that left leg. Now in this position, make sure your pelvis stays nice and level before you move your arms. Now with the right arm, see if you can kind of reach your body downward like you're trying to grab your feet. That'll put your body in a side bend to the right side. Now with the left arm, take a nice deep inhale up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, reach that arm up and over you. Right hand can come and kind of grab that left arm and give it a bit of a pull, but really check in that that pelvis is level, really check in that that rib cage is down. So this is all about this low back area on this left side. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, can you reach that arm up a little bit more? Now really focus on that left low back area. Take a nice deep inhale here and an exhale out. One more. Deep inhale in and exhale out. With your arms, inhale your arms up to the ceiling and then exhale, dropping them down, starting with your right leg and picking your right leg up, followed by picking your left leg up, walking your feet back to the center of the mat for a moment here. Once your feet are to the center of your mat, check in that your shoulder blades are underneath you. So for a lot of us at home, that's a lot of spinal opening that we just did. So we need to kind of do a little bit of training of our trunk muscles before we go back and check how we did with all of our opening. So do this for me, please. Take your right knee to your chest, followed by your left knee to your chest. Take a deep inhale here, and then on your exhale, nicely and deeply pull your knees up and into your chest. Deep inhale in, and then as you exhale, pull those knees nice and deep into your chest. One more breath, deep inhale in, and exhale, pull those knees into your chest. Make sure that your feet are not crossed here. Now, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Make sure your rib cage feels like it's dropped. And then just gently take your knees a little bit away, but have your knees so they're still in front of your hips. Let your legs just relax downward, but take your toes and point your toes up for me. Just a little bit of firing of our trunk muscles here. Place your hands on the front of your thighs and just place them there. Allow your fingers to be nice and extended, so maybe your fingers don't even touch your legs, but the palm, the entire contact of your palm is with your legs. Now, very, very lightly, start to imprint the palms into the legs as you push your legs into your hands and your hands into your legs. Once you feel like you've engaged both, start to pull the fingertips up towards the ceiling. You will begin to feel the shaking and the engagement of the muscles in your lower abdominal area. If you want a little bit of a further challenge, pick your head up and maybe gaze yourself down into your belly button area. Now keep lifting your fingertips away as you kind of arm wrestle lightly between the arms and the legs. Hold yourself there. Take a deep inhale in and an exhale. 2 more breaths. Nice deep inhale in and an exhale. 1 more. Nice deep inhale in and an exhale. Relax your head down if your head was lifted. Bring your knees back into your chest and just kind of rock your back and forth for a few moments. So let's see how we did with our hip opening and our back opening laying down, even though we did all of that great strengthening and standing. So allow yourself to bring your feet together and then start to walk your feet to the left corner of your mat. In this position, take a nice deep inhale, and on your exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Now, what does it feel like through the left side of your body right now? Do you feel less stretching through the rib cage or the back or the hip or the inner thigh or wherever it is that you may feel it? And just allow yourself to be here. Lengthen your shoulder blade back and down on that left side. Start to just gently let your arm on that left side fall out to the side of you. Right arm can gently fall out to the side of you as well. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin. And then very slowly let your head turn to the left side. Wherever you still feel a stretch that left side of the body, that's where I want you to focus on these next 3 breaths. So take a deep inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. 2 more breaths, deep inhaling in. And exhaling out. And 1 more. Nice deep inhale in. And exhale out. Gently let your head come back to the center, and you can move your arms around if you want to for a second. But here's what I want you to now do. I want you to be intentional about how you come out of this corkscrew. So here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about how to use your abdominals to the best of your ability. So if you could reach your hands to your knees right now and do that push, how would you engage these muscles? Now go to your left rib cage. What muscles does it take to pull that left rib cage down? Then go to your low back. What muscles does it take to pull that low back down? You may even get some shaking. Go to your pelvis. What muscles does it take to pull that pelvis down? And then go to your hips. What muscles does it take to bring those knees upright? Very nice. Walk, walk, walk your feet to the right edge of your mat. In this position, take an inhale. And then on the exhale, let your knees fall to the left. Now, with your legs in this position, take a moment to check in. Where do you feel that stretch? Rib cage, low back, maybe abdominals, hip, inner thigh. Feel yourself. Where do you feel that stretch? Because that's going to be the focus of your breath in this modified spinal twist. Now go to your right shoulder blade and pull your right shoulder blade under. Let your right arm fall out to the side. Go to your left arm and gently let your left arm fall out to the side. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin. And then just allow yourself to start to inhale into where you feel that stretch. Deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, let it go. If this stretches to the inner thigh or the hip or the low back, as you inhale into your belly, imagine breathing into it. Deep inhale into your stretch. And then exhale, letting it go. 1 more breath. Deep inhale into your stretch. And then exhaling, letting it go. Oops, we forgot to turn the head, but that's okay. That was a good set of breath. So now here's what I want you to do. Move your arms if you want to. But imagine that brace that you did at the beginning where you tried to push your hands into your knees. As you did that right now, can you feel the hardening that occurs of your abdomen? Now, start with your rib cage. How would you bring your rib cage? What muscles are you going to use to bring your rib cage back down to your mat? Go to your low back. What muscles must you use to get your low back down? Then go to your pelvis. What muscles must you use? And finally, what hip muscles bring you back up to that upright position? Gently bring your feet back to the center of your mat. And once you've brought your feet back to the center of your mat, right knee up to your chest, followed by the left knee up to your chest. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, pull your knees into your chest. Maybe even do a rock. Is there anywhere as you're rocking through all of those back muscles, those pelvic muscles, those rib cage muscles, they're kind of thanking you for what you just did? And then when you feel like you're ready, allow your feet to come down to the mat. Now, what I would like you to do, if you've got the skill to do it, is to grab your chair with your feet so that you can rest your feet up onto your chair. Once your legs are up, you can kind of wiggle yourself down, if you want to say that, until you can get your legs in a fairly perpendicular position. Once you're in that position, roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Rest your feet. Don't keep any tension in your feet. Allow your arms to kind of rest out to the side of your body. Your palms are lifted upward and your neck is long and your chin is gently settling into your throat. Rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And then just gently close your eyes. Now, as we're resting here today, I really want you to take all of your attention to your pelvis. So just like when we were standing at the beginning of class, and you took a moment to kind of shift your weight from right to left, can you shift your weight from right to left right now in your pelvis? And get to the point that it feels like there's equal weight on both sides of your pelvis. Then allow yourself to kind of tuck and tilt your pelvis for a moment. Can you get to the point that you feel like your back is just a little bit off of the mat? So you're not pushing your back into the mat, or you're not arching your back off of the mat. What is that position where you're resting your pelvis nice and flat into the floor? Your sacrum bone, the bone in the center of your pelvis, is gently resting and happy right now. Now allow your body to be nice and relaxed. And as your body is nice and relaxed, I want you to become aware of where your left heel is touching the chair. Feel where your left heel is touching the chair. And then feel where your right heel is touching the chair. Without moving your legs, merely by being aware of the tension in your muscles, how could you make your heels relax a little heavier into your chair? And then feel your left calf touching the chair. And feel your right calf touching the chair. In your mind, if there was a scale under each of those, whichever leg and calf feels a little bit lighter right now, what could you do to relax that leg to be heavier? And then go to the knuckles of your left hand and the knuckles of your right hand. Being aware of your body right now, what could you do to just gently relax those knuckles and those hands a little bit more into the floor? And then go to your arms and feel your forearm on your left and the forearm on your right, along with the upper arm on your left and the upper arm on your right. And the same way that you did with your calves, if there was a scale under both of those arms, whichever arm feels a little bit lighter right now, take your mind's intention into letting that shoulder blade, that arm, everything relax a little bit heavier. Allow your body to stay nice and still and relaxed. And just take your attention to the movement of your breath in your body. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and maybe do some circles with your ankles and your wrists. And then when you gently feel you're ready, take your heels to the edge of your chair and gently push your chair away and rest your feet down onto your mat. Slowly allow yourself to turn to your side and rest yourself on your side for a moment. Taking a nice deep inhale here. And a nice deep exhale. On your next exhale, using your top arm and slowly pushing yourself up into a seated position. Finding your way to the center of your mat. Having your legs in a gentle tailor sitting pose here for a moment. And then bringing our hands to the center of our heart. I want to end class today with a little quote that I read yesterday that it just really spoke to me, and I think that it might speak to some of you right now. It's by Thomas Merton, and here's what he says. You do not need to know precisely what is happening or exactly where everything is going. What you need is to recognize the possibilities and the challenges offered by the present moment, and to embrace them with courage and faith and hope. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.